Let's talk about Easter. Why do we celebrate Easter? On today's video, Cece and I are going to share a couple of things or a few things or a lot of things that we do on Easter. Stay tuned.
Hey, Blissful friends, welcome back to another episode of the Blissology podcast. I am your host, Cece, and I'm joined by my hubby. Hey, babe.
Hey. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We're glad to have you. If it's your first time joining us, this is a weekly podcast where we talk about
love, life, family, relationships.
Religion.
Yes.
Church stuff.
Church stuff.
I think.
Yes, absolutely. Why not? And whatever else and everything else. As you guys know, we talk about a little bit of stuff here and there. So, hey, sometimes we might talk about politics, right, babe? So who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
So yes, whatever's going on around the world, we will bring that on here. So before we get into the topics of the day, I want to share with you guys, I don't know if I want to call it a blissful moment, okay? I feel like it's more like of a moment and not blissful.
Okay, I want to hear what that is.
So you guys know how much I am a big fan of Chick-fil-A, right? The kids and I, we love Chick-fil-A, but man, today was like, a really bad, it's like a love and hate relationship with Chick-fil-A today. We love our Chick-fil-A, as I mentioned earlier, but today's order was like a disaster. First, they screw up the order. My husband didn't get his sandwich, right? Yeah. And he's like, that's fine. Typical my husband.
Hey, my main thing, I needed to eat.
Typical
so there was food
him.
In the house, so I prepared me a plate.
Typical him again. He's like, that's fine. I didn't get my sandwich. That's fine. No biggie. No worries. Okay, that's not it. Then we got to the fries. The fries is so old. It looks like as if it's been sitting there since this morning. The fries was so bad. I took a picture of it. And the funny thing is, it was saying that go ahead and post it on Facebook, and then tag Chick-fil-A on it so they could see what their associate is serving the customers. Because we love Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And then the third thing was they didn't get my dressing, and I'm like, really? What could go wrong after this?
First world problem. While some people are going without eating.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. My daughters, they were complaining how bad the fries was, But I say be grateful that we still able to eat the sandwich and the dressings, which I had to put my ranch dressing on. So we're still grateful. But we were just, acknowledging the fact that there was a lot of bad, the order was really bad today. It was really messed up.
It's not common for them.
It's not.
I don't know what happened. Obviously, someone maybe wasn't paying attention, or maybe something happened. Something
happened.
I can't blame it on me because I placed the order the exact same way.
Happened.
And the thing is, that's the exact same thing we always get. So
you know what happened? Because you usually get it from through the app, and you didn't have your phone today.
I've only done it twice through the app. We've been ordering these things for about a year, the exact same thing.
I mean, yeah, I started eating salad like a few months ago.
But the order hadn't changed much. So I'm not sure what happened, but something happened. And yes, I'm grateful that I was able to eat, and the kids actually was able to eat the sandwich. The sandwich they mixed up, they prepared my oldest daughter's sandwich the way that I wanted mine, and she got a sandwich very similar to mine, and she loved it. She loved the bun that they used.
She loved it.
So yes, we had a little bit of a first world problem. But I don't see it as a problem. I said, you know what? Things happen, especially during this Holy Week. We need to be reminded that we're humans, and sometimes we make errors.
But I kind of feel like, though, if it wasn't Holy Week, I would have called them. Because if it wasn't Holy Week, I was like, listen, it's Holy Week. Let's be calm, because this week it's a calm week, and to be, you reflect on the things that you have and be grateful. And I actually went online and looked up for the Chick-fil-A location that was from my house. And I was about to call them and say, y'all mess up because my husband, no, I would have called him. I have no problem to call any type of restaurants if you screw up my order because I paid for it. So technically you need to provide what I asked for. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with it, but he is so against it. I'm sure I'm not the only one out there, right, ladies? And some guys are like that too. But you know what? I ate my salad with some ranch dressing.
Jesus would have eaten the salad with no dressing, and he would have been fine.
On top of that, the toppings was like so wrong. Like it was just like, you know. And the thing is, in my mind, the whole time I've always get the same salad. But today I was very picky. While I was eating the salad, I was like, I hope there's nothing in there. Just because the whole thing is so screwed up. And I was making sure that there's nothing, there's no hair or there's no, I don't know. You see how long it took me to eat the salad, right? A while. But
well, it took you 10 minutes taking pictures of it. So it took some time before you finished the salad.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed this week.
First world problem.
I'm very disappointed this week. I am very. So hopefully you guys can make that up next week when we order. Yeah.
Of course.
And I will mention that to the manager because next week is not Holy Week. So I will mention that to the manager next week.
Say we get Chick-fil-A once a week. Mm-hmm. And that's been over a year. So we're talking about 52 plus orders. 52 plus orders of Chick-fil-A. And this is the first time we've had.
I disagree. We've had like food from them that where the fries is so wrinkled, it looks like it's been sitting there for like days. And what I like about my fries, and I think you forgot today, that's probably why we got the wrinkled fries. My way of getting fresh fries is when I tell them no salt. You cannot go wrong with that because everybody else always get like regular fries. I mean, I can't say everybody else, but if you order no salt from them, I guarantee you it's going to be fresh ones. Yes. And the fresh ones are hot and they're tasty. No salt. Hey, listen.
First world problem.
Whatever, babe. Yes. I don't know if I want to call this a blissful moment. I'm not complaining. In a way I am kind of, but I was just a little bit disappointed because of the order was really, we like kind of went to the left. But anyways, we're grateful. We ate it. My husband had to eat something else.
Yeah, but it went down better than the sandwich.
Yes, so. you said that many times today. But yeah, so so let's get into the topic of the day. As you guys know, Easter is tomorrow. We know Easter is tomorrow, but why do Christians celebrate Easter?
Well, as you know, Easter is the celebration of Jesus resurrecting from the dead. Mm-hmm. And our faith in Christianity is based on that. Every year we look forward to celebrating what is considered the most important occasion in the Christian faith. Yes.
And I do feel that many people think that it's all about the candy, the big hats, or the bunnies and eggs and all that. But
big hats, where do you get that from?
Well, babe, you've seen them at the church.
Oh, the church goers.
The church goers.
Well, our church people, the ones that go to our church does not.
Well, there's a few. I've seen a few.
The big white hats.
Yes, but in general, you've seen in Christians' church, like you will see them wearing the huge hats and their gowns, their outfits, like right on point, basically. Like,
Easter is a celebration. It's a day to show off.
When you think about it, though, that's when everybody comes out on Easter.
Well, yes, there are people that only goes to church 2 times a year.
Christmas
and Easter.
Yes, true.
And they disappear. And they come back the year after.
But I kind of feel like if you don't go to church on Easter,
you miss out.
Yeah, you feel bad. Well, except for last year. Because last year we had COVID. We had no choice, right?
I went to church on Easter.
Yeah, you were actually doing the media stuff at the church, the recording. And I know the kids look forward to the Easter hunt and all the great stuff.
Yeah, for the kids, it's all about the fun. I mean, they get to be together with the cousins and
Yes.
get to do the Easter egg hunt
Yes.
and find candy.
Yes. I think that's something that Easter has always been a great time for the girls. They look forward to it. They look forward to nice dress. They're kids. They don't know any much yet, right?
Yeah, they know it's an important day.
They know it's important. So yes, but they look forward to egg hunting with their cousins, and my sister-in-law, we would have like a little basket for them, and we go and hide the eggs at my mom's house, and then they'll go ahead and look for it. And look for them, because typically it's usually a lot of eggs, a lot. And it's such a beautiful thing when they get together.
Well, spending time with family is always fun.
Yes.
And I think every holidays, if there's anything that we can all learn or do during this holiday, is to take it and spend time with the ones we love. Because sitting together, and we always eat together.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually eat too much. It's like I do on Christmas and New Year's.
Yes, you do.
So, but there's a few things that's been part of Easter, like the eggs, the bunny, and what do these things have to do with Easter? The Bible doesn't say anything about
Easter bunny
and eggs and all that other stuff.
That makes me think about it. Like a few years ago, I was like, well, for us, we don't really do the eggs and the bunny, because where we come from,
we don't do the bunny. We do it now because we have the kids and we've been here.
Yeah, but back home we don't do.
No, but we still go to church and
yeah. Like the Easter back home, it's like just like here, except for
the church celebration is here, but the whole bunny and eggs, we don't. No. I didn't know of this thing until I came here.
And we're like, what the heck is this?
And for years, it was very confusing. Up until this point, there's certain of these things I'm still trying to get used as to why we do them.
For real. But I had to do a little bit of research. I'm sure a lot of you guys might wonder the same thing too.
They may have already known. Who knows?
Or yes, but hey, listen, we're not from here, and we had to do a little research because God forbid our daughter come and ask me, Mom, what does the bunny and the eggs and the chocolate has to do with Easter? Because all that has to come together, because we don't know, right? So, but what they're saying is that the egg is actually symbolize new life. Okay. And they're saying that it's being associated with festivals celebrating spring. And also comes to find out that I didn't know that spring symbolized new life and rebirth.
Well, I can see eggs, a chicken comes from eggs. Well, yes, obviously egg is one of the way to introduce life into this world. Obviously, as humans, we don't get hatched from eggs, but chickens that we eat comes from eggs. But and all kidding aside, all kidding aside, I could see the correlation between egg and new lives. And spring, obviously, thinking of the season. But it does symbolize new life.
So it kind of makes sense.
Oh yes, as you shared that with me, yes, it does. And whether it makes sense or not, it is part of what they do here.
Right, and I don't think some country do that. I think it's just like
I don't know.
We don't do it back home. I don't know if they do it now. If they kind of
adapt this,
right? But yeah, the same thing about the Easter bunny. There's nowhere in the Bible that it mentions, of a bunny and eggs and chocolate. But based on my research, on my source, I had to dig in. I'm one of those people that I would ask questions, and if I don't know the answers, I would look it up. And I like to know things. I think my husband is very similar too.
Yeah, I like to know things, and there are things sometimes you come across, you're like, yeah.
Instead of guessing,
see. Or you're like, I don't see, but this is the meaning they give it,
right?
And if I'm going to give it any meaning in my life, then I'll take it for it. But yeah, I don't see any relation between celebrating the resurrection of Christ
With
and a bunny.
yes,
I
yes,
know.
yes.
But it's become
Mhm.
a symbol for Christianity.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I think
That's what it means. Yeah.
I think your source says it symbolizes
And not just one source. You know, the thing
many
about me, many
sources.
sources. I want to make sure that it's all over, right? I'm not just going to trust one website. So I like to dig into at least 5.
Do some cross reference, and I recommend
Yes.
anyone doing any research on anything for that matter, don't just pick it from one source, and obviously
Yes.
cross reference it across many different sources and sources that you know that at least is legitimate, not
Right.
someone like myself just
Right.
gonna write a bunch of stuff and put it.
But
on
you know
the
where I
internet.
got this from though? I think it was from history.com, something like that. That goes over tons of other things.
Good.
And yes, and yeah, I mean, it was very interesting to me when I had to do a little bit of research. And comes to find out, my daughter kind of like knew a little bit about these things, and
Well,
I was
they
like,
talk about it in
okay,
school. I think
yeah. She
now,
was like, oh, mommy, I kind of know about the Easter Bunny, and I was like, oh, okay,
yeah, I think with COVID, it's not a big deal in school, but that's always been a big deal for the
Mhm.
girls in school. I mean, we'll have to go and buy candies
Yes.
and eggs and send them to school with stuff so they can share with their
Yes.
friends. And
And I think also they probably know when they used to go to St. Thomas more, which was a Catholic church.
oh yes, yes,
So that's it.
yes,
That's it. Because they both went to a private Catholic preschool Catholic school, and they teach them all these things. They teach them the wash of the feet.
Hold up, I went to a Catholic preschool, and well, that was in Haiti. So
Is it the wash of the
they-
feet? Or the
the
feet?
the washing, what they do on
Yeah.
Thursday,
Yeah.
the
What
Last
is it?
Supper.
Yeah, they call it the wash of the feet.
I don't know. You know, there's a lot of these things we
Feet washing
know them in our native tongue
language.
Like it's called lavement des pieds. When you translate that, it comes into feet washing. But there's a formal name for it. Actually, if I was on the net, I'll look it up and say it. But you know, in that school, they went over all that with the kids, make
Yeah.
sure they understand what it's for. And obviously, there's a lot of
important.
tradition
Yes.
in church. A lot of things we do may not be listed in the Bible, but
I
over the
wonder.
years, the churches have put things in place to give things meaning and also
Mhm.
make it more relevant, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, people would. I mean, the Easter Bunny is a big thing. Many people knows about the Easter Bunny.
Yeah. The washing of the feet.
Okay, foot washing. It's been confirmed.
The washing of the feet.
The washing of the feet.
Or is it Monday?
I've never heard the word Monday until you pulled it up on
Yes.
on the internet. You know, it's one of the things that happens on during Easter week.
Right.
Obviously, this is the Thursday before Good Friday.
Yes.
And that school, yes, they taught them all that. So
They sure did.
them knowing this.
Yes, they
that's where
started
got
with
the
Ash
knowledge.
Wednesday, where they all went and got their ash on their forehead and all of that. So
This year you didn't get that.
no,
So
COVID
therefore, you
this year
cannot
and last
celebrate
year.
Easter.
Did we get it last year? Yeah, I think we did.
Yes.
Yes, we did. Right before COVID.
Yes, we did. Because that
Yeah,
was
we
in
did.
February.
Yes, we did. So yes, and then we have the candy, right, guys? Don't forget about the candy and the chocolate, right? I don't know about the chocolate.
I don't know about the candy either.
The candy.
Did they say anything as to why?
I
there's
did. It was
candy?
just confusing. It was very confusing, and I was like, I'm just gonna leave it alone. It was very confusing, and I said I'm just going to leave it alone. But I think it seems to be very something that they do every year.
Well, you know, a lot of these things sometimes we
Tradition.
can go and say, "Hey, it's not in the Bible. We shouldn't use it." But what's candy? Candy is it's a snack, and kids loves it, and it brings joy to them. Yes, I don't let my kids eat a lot of candy, but if that could be served and be part of the celebration, why
Mhm.
not? It helps kids be part of it.
Right.
I mean, imagine if the celebration was all about the biblical things and so
Yes,
forth. Kids will
yes.
get very bored.
Yes.
But
Yes.
if you can spice it up with little things that engage them and make it fun for them,
Mhm.
because what's the best way to spend a holiday?
But I don't think it's just like, I don't think it's any candy. I think there's a particular candy.
There's Easter candy?
Yes,
Oh,
there's
I
a
missed
particular one, and then don't forget the bunny is usually chocolate, like a chocolate bunny.
Oh,
Okay,
see, I'm learning stuff.
so yes, you've seen chocolate bunny, like
I'm sure I have.
Okay,
Probably never paid attention to them.
yes, but the bunny usually chocolate, so maybe they like chocolate. Maybe I
She
don't
made
know.
me buy a bunny suit a few
Oh
years
yes,
back, which we still have. I think we've only used it once at the church.
twice. No,
Twice
more than
maybe.
that.
No. I don't think it
No.
was, because I know the first time the person we had do it, it was too hot in there.
And
So
the
we only
second
kept it on
time-
for like 10 minutes.
And the second time,
The second, I don't recall what happened.
I remember
What happened?
nothing happened. He put it on and he passed out. To me, it was just trying to like bring something different, because I don't think the kids in our church experience that, with a bunny come and give out eggs or whatever.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Because for Christmas, we'll bring Santa Claus and all that.
Right.
But with Easter, we never did.
Right.
Does that church even recognize the bunny?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I wonder if Catholic Church even recognize bunny as a symbol for.
I don't think so.
Christianity.
I don't think so.
Well, ask the priest.
Well, ask them. Yes.
Yes, on Sunday.
Yeah.
I think you're going to church.
I
oh yeah,
have
tomorrow.
to.
Why am I saying Sunday? Tomorrow you're going to church.
I have to. It's
So,
Easter. I don't have a choice.
I'll write that question, and that's one question you have to get answered.
I have a lot of questions.
But
I mean, I have
you'll
a lot
only
of
get, you only get
questions
to
I
ask
need to answer
one on
to.
Sunday. Does the Catholic Church recognize the Easter bunny
The bunny.
as a symbol for Christianity?
Mm.
Good. We have our task.
Hopefully, you will remember.
Remember?
Yes.
I'll mark it down. I'll put it on my phone on the calendar as a reminder.
Yes, but when you think about it, the real question it still remains, right?
Why do we celebrate? Well, for Christian, it's what our faith is based on.
Who are we celebrating that on that Easter, on that day?
Christ, Jesus Christ,
Right.
resurrected from the dead.
Right. It's not about the dress. It's not about the look, right?
Mhm.
Don't get it twisted, guys. It's not about what you go to the mall and purchased.
Oh,
Because some people think it's about, it's Easter. I got to come out and look different and look good.
Fly.
Right. It's about Jesus, right? Did you forget that?
No.
In a way? I mean, not you, babe, but I'm just saying, And in a lot of places, we celebrate Easter to worship, our eternally perfect God who separated himself from every other God. Like, there's only one God.
we celebrate Easter to worship our Almighty God, who turned himself in human forms to come give his life to save us,
Right.
to redeem our sins, give us a new life,
Yes.
give us a new religion.
Yes, basically, yes.
So as Christian, we take that very seriously. I mean, our faith is based on Jesus Christ,
Yes.
what he did when he was on this earth, and
Mhm.
him overcoming the ultimate obstacle,
Mm-hmm.
overcome death.
Yes. Yes.
He resurrected from the dead. And our faith is based on, I mean, we all here, we believe that after we die, we will be resurrected.
Amen.
So we celebrated on that day to reinforce our faith and believing that there'll be a resurrection for us as well.
Mhm.
Now, if we do things right.
Yes, I hope so.
Yeah. So
And I know for us, Catholic, when we think of, the week of Lent, the month of Lent, the 40 days, right?
yeah.
Some of us, we do go into fasting. It's hard to do 40 days and 49, what Jesus did. And I don't think I'll survive it. I don't have his strength. Right? So, but some people I know, they give up certain type of food or they give up meat for the whole 40 days, and others that will do like just a week of just the Holy Week, which is the week before Easter, which very much so a sacrifice, right? And
oh yes,
and I think some people do give up chocolate or things that they really.
I don't know if that's considered a sacrifice. I mean, people
but
are
if you
picking like
if someone drinks, like if you like very like someone who drink a lot of alcohol or smoke a lot, and then you like, okay, on this week I'm giving up that.
well, you should be giving that up all your life, not just this week. I mean, yes, I understand that.
That's a big sacrifice.
Well, if they don't do this, they're sacrificing their life, because eventually at the end they will be paying for it. if you're an alcoholic, you're gonna pay for it later in life.
Yes, but think about
so
it.
You're
if you
sacrificing something anyway. But
yes,
but you know, I think when it comes to this, we have to look at something that will make a difference, a change that we need to bring about in our lives. And people use the 40 days to do that. But I think a lot of these things that we're giving up, it should be an ongoing thing, something that we give up maybe for the rest of our life. If it's a bad habit or a wrong way of doing things or the wrong way of thinking, if you give it up for good. Not that after Easter, you're going to go right back and do the same thing. Then what good does that do you?
Right. True. Like for me, when it comes to the week of Lent, I mean the week before, well, what I did a few years ago, last year, I don't remember, and I think I did that this Lent also, is that I find myself more, reading the Bible or trying to maintain that, to keep that ongoing, just like you said, as opposed to give up meat or give up certain kind of food. Yeah. Yes, of course, we don't eat meat on Good Friday. We're Catholic. You don't.
Well, you don't feed it to me, but if I find a piece of meat, I'm going to eat it. If I get a piece of meat, I will eat it and nothing will happen to me.
We don't eat meat on Good Friday. Okay? We don't eat meat on Good Friday.
My mother used to have chicken
really?
on Good Friday. Yes.
Are you for real?
Yes,
I didn't know that.
I have eaten meat on Good Friday and I'm still around. There's nowhere in the Bible this is not.
Did you ask God for forgiveness?
God never said not to eat meat on Good Friday.
Well, do you know why people don't eat meat on Good Friday?
Yes, it's a tradition.
And also sacrifice.
I can sacrifice other things.
Like what?
Other things.
Okay.
If I don't eat meat on Good Friday and then I get up Saturday and eat it.
Do you want to make some chicken for you on Friday?
I probably won't even feel bad just by not eating meat.
Should I make some chicken for you on Friday?
Listen, you feed me something, I will eat it.
Oh.
I will eat it.
I never knew that.
That's the honest
I just
truth.
find out about something that I didn't know.
Well, you haven't fed me meat, but if you give it to me, I will eat it.
I haven't fed him. Like, okay.
Meat. No, you've been cooking fish on Good Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
But if you cook chicken.
Based on my tradition, we don't eat meat on Good Friday. Okay, we don't eat any type of meat. We do fish, and the fish that we do is a very different type of fish also. So, but yeah, shocking that I find out that you eat meat on Fridays. I gotta talk to your mom.
You can call it right now.
Yes, but yeah, it's a sacrifice, and I think we all have different ways of doing our sacrifices when it comes to what we think is right. But I wouldn't give up meat the week of Holy Week. Either I do it for 40 days. But then again, my thing has been more so read the Bible and trying to find words that relating to Lent and get myself more penetrated more with the Word of God. So yes, but Easter, man. And typically on Easter, what happened on Easter, baby?
We get together. We go to church.
Easter.
We go to church, and after church, we get to your parents. Obviously, we have all that gathering where we
Did you
bring
mention
food
like the kids dancing at the church? The party.
I didn't mention that.
Yes, because it's too long. I know.
Yeah. I mean, the kids. Is this part of the service? It's part of the service of church that they have.
But I just wonder why 3 hours. Sometimes even longer than that.
You can ask the priest. It's a feast.
The thing is, though, when it comes to Easter, when it comes to the church, guys, yeah, we're going back to the church. Okay. I kind of feel like it's just like the best moment ever. Right? And it's just not the same service. It's not the same thing. Like on Easter, the worship is so different. It feels so alive. Like you can feel it in your bones, in your spirit.
Well, the message is different. When you take a message about resurrection, a message of overcoming death, a message of a new beginning, it's always an exciting message. I mean, you take that, you put the upbeat songs that are sang.
Yes,
everybody's in a good mood.
Right.
I mean, it's a feast.
To me, it's more like the upbeat song. Like the message is different. You know, I mean, it's just like the gospel of, you know, when it comes to the service, it's different. But what you just said, the upbeat, the celebration part.
Just like you take, there's a few Sundays. Well, Sunday's always supposed to be a celebration. I mean, there are some Sundays that are more significant in the church than others. You take Easter is one of them. Now, Christmas Day doesn't typically fall on a Sunday, but whichever day it falls in, that's also a celebration. So there's some days or some services in the church that are epic. They're supposed to invoke this uplifting.
Yes.
Now, in church, it should always be uplifting. Some days it's more uplifting than others. But yeah, and then that's probably one of the reasons why many people would make sure they make it to the services, the Easter and the Christmas. And sometimes maybe that's all they need. They need that uplift to carry them through the rest of the year. And then they come get a little bit on Christmas. And then that carries them through
March, through Easter,
April. And then they come get a little bit that carries them, you know, in those Sundays. Yes. It's always packed. I don't know how it's going to be this year yet, because this is the first time we are having Easter service during COVID.
Easter COVID service.
Yeah, so I know we're limited to the amount of people that we could have, and we're planning for it. I'm part of the media team at our church. Actually, I lead the media team, so we're looking to see what we could do to bring the service not only from within the church, but bring it outside, set up monitors, and make sure that if people have to be outside just so they can keep social distancing, that we have ways for them. So it's going to be different, but I think it's going to be probably just as epic as it's been, because a lot of people need that.
Yes.
Right now, we need that uplifting message to help us know that
oh my God,
life.
Yes. Especially,
There's
you know,
life
COVID.
after COVID.
Yes. Definitely.
Yeah.
It's funny because, I mean, it's not funny, but the thing is, COVID happened last year when everything, we didn't really feel Easter last year. You know, there was too many people dying. And although Easter, typically where everyone goes to church and we sing, we worship. Yes, we were home singing and worshiping, but at the same time, a lot of people were just like sad, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like this year, you know, it's definitely going to be a year of uplifting and resurrected, because if we made it like last year, this year you definitely got to be in church to praise God and thank God and be resurrected with Jesus.
So we have more reason to celebrate Easter this year
than any other year. Yes.
Listen, man, we've gone through a rough 2020. 2021 has shown its issues already.
Yes.
But for us to be able to be here today, we have a lot of reason to be thankful.
To be grateful, yes.
And what better way to go and celebrate the day that Jesus resurrected from the dead?
Yes.
We can say we beat COVID.
Yes, absolutely. No, I definitely agree. So it's definitely, listen, if you're home, you think that, okay, you know what? It's just another Sunday. I hope you don't say that to yourself, because it's not another Sunday. If you made it through Easter, through this, January, February, and March and April, you have many reasons to go to church and thank God. Okay. Because that's, we need to be grateful for.
Or even if you don't go to church, many churches they are bringing the service to you through
virtual
live streaming.
Yes.
So if you're not able to get into a church, because some churches just can't have people
Right,
in the way
right.
that they used to.
Mm-hmm.
So get the service. And even if you don't get it that way, at least
Get in your
find
car.
ways to be thankful.
Get in your car and drive by a church that has a loud music, and get in your car and start jamming into the worship song.
Yes.
Because
just find ways to show gratitude
mm-hmm.
for all that you've gotten. Like I could say that I'm grateful for a lot of things, including
Yes.
My family, my wife, my kids who understand me despite all the issues I have.
Yes,
that
our
they've put up
parents
with me.
Yes, yes.
So
And our parents,
yeah.
and yes.
So this Easter is going to be different,
Mm-hmm.
and I hope it brings all of us more hope.
Yes.
Hope for a better life,
Mhm.
COVID-free life.
Yes. We hope so.
Hope at making up all the things that we missed last year.
Right. Right.
Financially, physically, emotionally. Give us the strength we need
Mm-hmm.
to carry on.
Mm-hmm.
That's my Easter wish.
Oh yes, that's a great wish, honey. Yes, for sure. And one thing I gotta say is that I look forward to go to my mom's house after Easter.
Someone's taking food.
I am. It's something that we do every year after church.
Well, let me fill you in on a quick little secret. She hasn't had those type of food for a few months now.
Yes.
So she's
Haven't
been
had
craving
rice since
the rice and some fried stuff.
Yes, it's January. Yes.
So that's part of the reason why she's looking.
I am looking forward
to-
to the feast that we usually have at my mom's house. Lots of food. Each one of us bring a nice dish. And of course, my mom makes the best food, and tastes yummy, tastes delicious.
Yep.
Okay.
Any diet, any.
Oh my God, is at the door on that day.
Yeah.
On that day. And I kind of felt bad for my husband because he has to go back to work the next day. So usually when I used to work for corporate, I would not work on the day after Easter. I always take it off. I always take off Good Friday and the Monday after Easter, because I know how it's going to go down on Easter.
Yeah.
But yes.
So however you celebrate Easter, if you're Christian, have fun.
Yes.
Enjoy it.
Have fun.
Obviously, it's going to be different for all of us. So
Mhm.
enjoy the moment with your family, whatever you do. If you do the Easter egg hunt,
With your
do
kids.
it. If you do the bunny stuff, do
Mhm.
it.
Play cards.
Spend some time outdoors. I think it's important because many of us have been indoors
We should
for
bring
too long.
We should bring some cards, some dominoes.
Yes. If you're a church going person, go to church, praise God, and enjoy the time. If you want to usually dress up, I don't know, in your Sunday's best to go to church, then dress up in your Sunday's best and go to church. The key is to enjoy the moment, spend it with people who believe in the same thing that you do, and eat.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us today. Obviously, we've shared with you some of the things we do on Easter, some of the things we didn't quite know about Easter. Cece did most of the research to find out the bunny, the other stuff that we're not
The
part
eggs,
of what
the chocolate.
we grew up with.
Yes.
So so it had been a learning moment for us in terms of looking into some of these little things, and hopefully we shared some stuff with you. If you knew it already, great. If you didn't, I'm hoping that we gave you some knowledge. So thank you for joining us today. Remember, tomorrow's Easter, so don't forget to go to church.
Yes.
If it's your first time with us, please remember to subscribe and hit on the notification bell so you can be notified when these videos come out. And give us a like. Share this video with your friends and family. Obviously, you're watching us on YouTube, but we do have it on some audio channels like iTunes, TuneIns, and SoundClouds. And there's clips of this podcast on Facebook as well. So again, thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you next Saturday.
Bye.
Peace.